Guys, welcome back. Steve Detroit Den 313. As you can tell, Will wasn't lying. I have narrowly escaped death. I apologize if I sound a little rough. Uh, the Lord gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. That's what he's done to me. He's absolutely put me in a place to fail, knowing that I would succeed with this illness, this death that has tried to overtake my body, but I just will not have it. I apologize if I sound rough. Normally not like this. Bear with me. Me being 6 foot in the ground is the only thing that's going to stop me from talking Detroit Lions football. I know I've had a couple of days off. Will, appreciate you carrying the load the last couple of days, two, three episodes on your own. I apologize. I get it. I know the episodes aren't as great without Steve and Will together. Trying to get back to that form. Had to soldier through on this one. Brian Branch out for the season. Multiple reports were coming out last night, confirmed this morning. Tests this morning confirmed that Lions star safety Brian Branch has torn his Achilles. Branch was injured in the fourth quarter. Tough loss for the Detroit Lions backfield. There's either one or two things we can do with this. We can go tuck tail. We can go climb in bed. We can cry about it. We could wash the season away. Just call it quits. Give in. That ain't what we're going to do. We're going to find a way. Next man up. That's been the mentality for the last 3 seasons, 2 seasons at least. Just kind of the model for the Detroit Lions. Hey, if we're going to when we win this Super Bowl, we're going to look back and say, damn, all these players helped. All of these single players helped. The Roman Harpers of the world, the Al-Qudin Muhammads who have stepped up, everyone that we've had to acquire the last 2 seasons is just going to be able to sit on this and say, damn, this Super Bowl meant a little bit more because of what we had to overcome. Tough loss, man. This is probably the second best player on this Detroit Lions defense. I put him right up there with Aiden Hutchinson. Impactful, could cover multiple people, play multiple positions. This is a tough loss. It's a tough loss. It seems like whenever we play the Dallas Cowboys, we're going to go out and we're going to lose one of our key players for the rest of the season. Had it last year with Hutchinson. Play the Cowboys yesterday. Same thing now with Brian Branch. It's tough, but we have personnel that can help get this team back on track. I love players like Rocky Yassin. I love players like Avonte Maddox who have just had multiple seasons of, just being solid role players and stepping into whatever position they need to step into and be successful. Avonte Maddox, Detroit kid, Super Bowl champion, Rocky Yassin playing a little corner. Maybe he takes some safety stuff now. Maybe Kirby Joseph comes back with 10 more days to rest that knee. I know we're just kind of limping to the finish line here, guys, and it doesn't look good. It's not pretty. But we're going to get the job done. I think if this defensive line plays like they did last night against the Dallas Cowboys, you could throw me out there with one leg and on my deathbed, and we're going to be successful because I don't have to cover very long when this front four is getting after it. I don't know. This one does sting. It does sting because, man, it feels like our defense is just 1 week they're really great. 1 week they're a little not so great. We just haven't played consistent football. But last night I thought the defense was absolutely phenomenal, despite even giving up 30 points. I know that most of that is contributed to the Dallas Cowboys having a kicker with, I'm pretty sure Aubrey has a bionic leg. I think we need to see him without a right pant leg on to make sure that it's not a mechanical robot, because that dude is absolutely insane. Like, I remember last night when he kicked a 63-some yarder, like I just smiled like, dude, this kid's insane. He's at, like, anytime they get north of the 50, it's a guaranteed 3 points. So I think our defense really, really was up against it, trying to cut this field in half to make them get 0 points. But when we're trading 3s for 7s, this defense played absolutely phenomenal. They only gave up 2 touchdowns. A+ effort by the defense, all hands on deck. I thought we looked absolutely phenomenal. We were flying around. Almost had that pick 6 last night. Almost had that pick 6. Derek Barnes like 15 yards away. I thought maybe he'd had it. I thought maybe he'd put a little move on Dak Prescott, cut back to the inside, and get that pick 6 that I've been dying for at Ford Field for a home game, but just didn't happen. But this defense last night was electric. It was fun to watch. Al-Qudin Muhammad now leading the team in sacks. I think that's great. I think if he keeps performing like that, this defense will be unstoppable. But if I'm a Detroit Lions opponent coming up, I'm still going to keep doing the same thing where I'm double and triple teaming Hutch and seeing if Al-Qudin Muhammad can win his one-on-ones consistently, because I think that's the key for him. Is he'll have these big games and then kind of disappear for a little bit. But last night, A+ effort. I think stuff like that helps in the secondary when we're pressuring the quarterback and getting him off the X, as Mickey says. Just getting him moving and making Dak make some uncomfortable throws. I thought he still played a good game. This offense was absolutely loaded. Even with CD Lamb, I thought we were playing pretty good. We gave up some big plays, but no big deal. But man, this Brian Branch stuff, it's going to be less concerning for me if that's how the front seven plays. Now, if we're going back to the last couple games where we're struggling to get some pressure, struggling to get some sacks, and we're relying on some coverage, that's where I think you're going to see the missing piece of Brian Branch being out. It's tough, man. Achilles injury. I'm just sitting here wondering, will he be ready for next season? Because usually it's about I know we've seen some guys come back quick, but for most normal human beings, I don't know how fast Brian Branch heals things, but it's about a year. It's about a year. So I'm really hoping if somehow we can cut that down to 8, 9, maybe 10 months, we'll be okay. But that's kind of my concern is what are we going to be looking at the beginning of next year? Will he be ready this season? Like I said, we could go cry about it and hide in our closets and, just assume that the season's over with the loss of Brian Branch, but that's not what I'm willing to do. This win yesterday gave me a little bit of life, gave me a little bit of hope that, hey, if we're figuring some things out, if we're blocking good, if Miles Frazier's another hit, if we're looking at the rest of the season and we're getting a glimpse at potentially our starting guards being Miles Frazier and Tate Ratledge played good, maybe we just got to address the center position next year in offseason. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I really kind of liked what I saw. I'd like to see some more. Consistency is the key for me. I need to see a consistent defense. I need to see a consistent offense. I thought Tristan Colon played pretty damn good yesterday. I thought he had a great block at the on the third Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown where he booted or pulled to his right and got out there, kicked out that defensive back and cleared the lane for Jahmyr Gibbs. I thought he played pretty well. I just want to see this team play some consistent football. We play like we did last night, this Brian Branch thing won't be as big of a hurt as we think it is. Again, my concerns is really just going forward. What are we going to be looking like? What's this team going to be looking like at the beginning of 2026 after we win that Lombardi trophy? Maybe at pick 32, we go out and we get a safety that can help hold the water for a little bit, be a good backup piece, be a developmental piece, maybe a safety at 32 who can play a little corner as well. I don't know, guys. I'm feeling pretty good despite how I sound, and I apologize again for that. But Brian Branch, it's a tough loss, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's the nature of the business. It sucks that it was really at the end of the game, and the game was almost over. And I'm just thinking, man, if we could have just got an earlier stop, maybe that never even happens. I know we had a fourth down that looked like we stopped them, but the refs reviewed it, ended up giving. And I mean, I know it's hindsight 2020 now, but just wish it could have been prevented, but not the end of the world. We're going to be okay. The name of the game for me is pressuring the quarterback and taking care of the offensive line in the trenches. You never build a house starting at the attic. The foundation of football for me is trenches. Defensive line, offensive line. It's great if you have all that established, and then you can start getting cute with some other things, but that's where the football games are won for me. And again, you don't want to put the carriage before the horse. I think you got to take care of that up front. We'll be just fine. And let me just, I know the other day I did a solo and I promised a giveaway, but guys, I'm telling you, like I've been fighting for my life these last couple of days. I promise on everything, swear, before the next Detroit Lions home game or before the next Detroit Lions game. So I have about 9 days now. I will be doing a giveaway. I'm just not feeling that great. A lot of stuff going on, sickness, some family stuff going on. I am going to do a giveaway before the Lions play the Rams. 1,000,000% going to happen. So think about becoming a member. It's not required. It's greatly appreciated. At the very, very least, hit that like button for the show. Help this channel out tremendously. Brian Branch, done for the season. It's tough. We'll find a way to overcome it. That's what the Detroit Lions do. That's what we're going to keep doing. Next man up. Stick around. Hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.